gorgeous girls and beautiful boys, men and women. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Dominique Olayo and I am a product manager. So if you are just joining us, thank you so much for coming. The usher by my right is going to give you a form to fill, so ensure you fill that form. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking by. Thank you. So to everyone, this is a general thank you to everyone. Thank you so much for coming here to worship with us. Alright, so what do we do here? So this channel is for entry-level product managers, not just entry-level product managers. I mean, it's just a platform. I sound 50 plus or 30 plus. So this channel is, well, specifically for product managers, entry-level product managers, really. If you need someone to help you on this journey, I am here to help you on this journey. So yeah, that is why I decided to just start this channel for entry-level product managers. So thank you so much. And professional product managers, you can always just chip in some points, you can always drop comment for us to pick up and learn from them. So everybody, young, old, baby, everybody, you are all welcome to my YouTube channel. So what are we going to be talking about today? I'm thinking of Moscow prioritization technique or product roadmap. Any mini money mo. Okay, so mo, product roadmap. So we are going to talk about product roadmap today. Alright, so have you ever felt lost without a map? Have you ever used Google Map? So I use Google Map a lot, and the reason is because in the states where I live, right, if you should ask for direction from a random person on the road, it is either they give you a wrong direction or they ask you to pay them before they can tell you where you are going. So me, I actually do avoid those type of conversations. So I'd rather just do, even if Google Map will lead me to the wrong direction, I don't mind. So I prefer using Google Map than talking to people. So even if I'm not driving, I will always use Google Map. So that is me. So I don't know if you're also like that you really like using Google Map, or you just like having map with you. I also watched Alma Asinovi's Guinness World Record challenge, where she visited or traveled across 7 continents with the Nigerian passport. Shout out to her, Alma, really. Shout out to her. So I remember that one of the videos she posted, she used a map to identify a point A to point B, to like every entry exit point. She was noting them on that map, and that is a scenario of what map can do to you. So map actually helps a lot if you don't have an idea of what you want to do or where you are going. Even it's not even about visiting places, really. It's about you just writing a list of things you need to do. And we mentioned things like we are mapping out our idea. It's not like you are drawing a map, you are just noting those things. So yeah, let's come back to product roadmap. So building a product without a roadmap is even worse. It is worse. A product roadmap helps you steer your product in the right direction. It prioritizes what matters and keep everyone on the same page. So let me explain it. Right direction. We all know where we are starting from, and we all know where we are going. We know what the end goal of this particular solution is going to result in. That is your right direction. Like, you know where the entry is, and you know what the exit is. So prioritize what matters. When you're building a product, right, there are different features. There are thousands of features that you want to put on that roadmap, but on that product, right? But you need to understand that this is what we want to prioritize. Out of these 20 features, the first 5 are what we want to prioritize. So with your roadmap, it assists in prioritizing what matters, and it keeps everyone on the same page. So that product roadmap, you are not keeping it for yourself. You have to share it with your stakeholders. So that is the customer and the stakeholders, like the executives and also your development team. So it helps to keep everyone on the same page. So on today's topic, we are going to discuss how to create practical, no nonsense product roadmap. And the reason why I said no nonsense is because sometimes I've seen when I started, my product roadmap were very bulky and people get lost in it. So we are going to create no nonsense, like it's very direct and straight to the point product roadmap. And we are also going to learn how to communicate it effectively to your team and stakeholders, right? And the third thing is mistakes to avoid that could ruin your product roadmap. So we are going to learn about the mistakes that you need to avoid in order not to get stuck while drawing your map. So let's start with what is a product roadmap. Okay, so a roadmap. Imagine you are going on a road trip, like I said earlier, Google Map, visiting your friend. You need to know your destination. Sava. So you need to understand where you are going. You need to know your destination. You need to know the key stops along the way. Okay, on Google Map, I will see that this bus stop, like it will be, it identifies different bus stop, right? So you need to know the key stops along the way and the best routes to get there. So you need to know that. I mean, when you use Google Map, right? If there's congestion on the road, like I said, it will tell you that, oh, there is congestion on da 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 da. You can pass this place to avoid. I mean, it's going to save you like 10 minutes or so. So do you understand? So it's going to show you the best routes to get there. And also, a product roadmap does the same thing for your product. So it's not just about going somewhere, it's also bringing it to your product now. So all of those things, the product roadmap will also do it for you. It's a high level plan that outlines what you are building and why. That is a product roadmap. A product roadmap is a high level plan that outlines what you are building and why. Remember that there is always a problem. That is why we want to solve it. So it identifies what we are building. Like, is it an e-commerce? Is it a learning app? Is it a fintech app? It needs to identify what we are building and why. Why are we building it? There are so many fintech applications. There are so many fintech startups there. Why do we also need to build a fintech application? So we need to know why. It aligns teams and stakeholders around the product vision. So they've given you that business requirement document and they want to translate it into a product requirement document. You should be able to create a product roadmap that aligns with everything your team and stakeholders they want. Like, it brings everybody to the center, to the locus point. Everyone is in alignment. So that is what your product roadmap should cover. And also, it evolves over time. It is not static. It's not set in stone. Like, it's not, this is how it's not rigid. That's it. So it's not like, oh, this is where we will start from and this is where we must end. It's not rigid. It is very, very flexible. Today, your stakeholder might have said, oh yes, let's go with this, and tomorrow they will just wake up and said, oh, I had a dream, oh, but we need to put this. You have to be able to, like, convince them that, are they sure? You have to get the reason why they want to do that. If you feel like it's not necessary, you can talk to them about it. But as long as you accept that thing, you have to take it back to your product roadmap for you to adjust that roadmap. So your product roadmap should be flexible and not too rigid. So remember that your product roadmap is not a feature backlog. It's about strategy, not just tasks. So it's not just about the tasks, it's about the strategy. Like, how do we plan to execute this particular solution? That is what your product roadmap is about. So now we are going to list out some steps for us to follow. Step number one: define your product vision and goals. When you see a product roadmap, you should look out for vision and goals. That is one very important outline that you should look out for on that product roadmap. You should be able to define the product goal and the product goals and the product vision. So before jumping into features, right, you need to know why you are building this product. I mentioned it earlier. You should know why. There are several was it logistic company. Why do we also want to do logistic application? There are several food application. Why do we also want to build something similar to that? What is going to be different from what has been built? So you should be able to, like, identify the why. So you need to ask yourself, what problem are we solving? Okay, are we building fintech? Are we doing like, you need to identify what the problem you are solving is, and also what who are users, who are the people you are building it for. Okay, if it is a learning app, who are the user? Is it like secondary school? Is it university graduates or postgraduates? Like, things like that. You need to identify your users and what business goals are we aiming for. So you should understand if it is growth, revenue, or engagement. Is it just engagement? You just want people to know your company? Is it like you want something in to come to the company? I don't think there is any organization out there that is not set out to make profit. So you should understand if it is revenue or if it is just growth. So let's pick an example. Imagine we are building a fitness app. Our goal is to help busy professionals stay fit with short, effective workouts. This vision will guide everything on your roadmap. So listen to this again. A fitness app. That is the problem we are trying to solve. A fitness app. Now, what is the goal? The goal is to help busy professionals. Who are our users? Busy professionals. Busy. So professionals can cover multiple people in different organizations. busy professionals. So, what is this application going to do? To stay fit with short, effective workouts. Simple. It covers everything that application or that solution entails. So, that is what, just like a summary of what the product vision and goals should cover. Step number two, you need to identify key themes. You need to identify the key themes. It's not just the features. You need to identify like the key themes. So a roadmap is not a feature list. Like I said, it's not your feature list. You do that in your product requirement document. It's about solving customer problems through strategic teams. So now let's get into it. You need to group your initiatives into high level teams. For example, Q1, what do you want to do in Q1? This project is meant to start from Q1 to, let's say, Q3. Now, your Q1, what do you want to push out to the public? We are thinking improve user engagement, e.g., gamification or streaks. So we understand that what the Q1, what our focus is going to be on is improving user engagement. Okay, so what are the things that we can do for users to stay on the application? So we need to improve user engagement by introducing gamification and streaks. Now, Q2, you want to expand to new markets. For example, maybe your product has been focused on just your local community. Now you feel like, oh, the local community, they really exhausted this project and we want to go into like the international community or even outside of your community, right? You want to look at localized workouts, you want to look at language support. This particular, where it is presently, it only supports probably like 4 languages, but then you've seen people outside of Nigeria that are actually showing interest in this product. So you want to think about the outside market and not just your demographics or your geographical location. So that is what you want to focus on in Q2. Now, Q3, you are thinking about monetization strategies. Most organizations, when they set out, they are always doing freemium until one day you just open your application, you see that some features are not working for you. They want you to pay. So you have to develop monetization strategies, e.g., subscription plans and premium content. So you will think about, okay, this particular content or this particular feature, people need to pay for it. So the subscription plan, is it going to be monthly, daily, weekly, or more biannually, annually, quarterly? Like you have to create a subscription plan, and you also need to attach the fee for those plans, right? And also premium content. So at this point, you're now thinking, oh, we can only give like out of our 10 features, just two is going to be freemium. The eight other features your users are going to like subscribe. So those are your like, yeah, you need to prioritize how money will be coming back to you, because you're not there to just be doing free things. Now you also want to make money. So for example, now for our fitness app, instead of saying add a leaderboard, we frame it as increase user motivation through social engagement. Do you understand? I know that people like social engagement a lot when there is games on application where I can bring in my friends, like, oh, or more, if you do 10 workouts in a day, probably 10 push-ups in a day, you are going to get 100,000 naira. People want to be so eager to participate in it. I know you people are so crazy about streaks on Snapchat. Like, I don't want to miss my streaks. I don't want to miss my streaks. And everybody's just going wild about it. So you understand that social engagement. And also Duolingo. I mean, you're doing something to improve your life, but sometimes you get very lazy about it. But you know that if you should just miss a day, oh my god. And Duolingo is so dramatic that that thing will be shedding tears, bro. It's just one day. Why are you my lover? Why are you crying? So you understand, you need to understand, you need to get social engagement on your application. So if it is gamification, if it is strict, you get that people would always want to come back. So this gives team flexibility in execution. People know that there is a goal to achieve and they just always want to come back to that application. So the themes make it easier to adjust without constantly rewriting the roadmap. So you've broken it down into quarters. So instead of you doing everything, you want to just put everything in Q1, which would be so big and so exhausting. You have to like break it down, so that way you are able to like readjust it without even rewriting everything. You're able to like break them down into quarter. Now, step three, choose the right roadmap format. I have like 3 roadmap formats that I have practiced with, but I know that I use one a lot, a lot. So you need to choose the right roadmap formats. Different themes and they need different types of roadmaps. So you need to choose wisely. You need to identify the theme structure for you to suggest the best roadmap. So we have the now, next, later roadmap. This one is best for startups and agile teams. So the now part of it is that features currently in progress. So you understand that at this particular point or Q1, or this is what we are focusing on. We are doing gamification and streaks all through Q1. That is what we want to push out. Now, next is features coming soon. Probably after adoption rate has increased, we feel everybody is actually going crazy about this particular features that we've pushed out. Now we want to think about the next set of features that could be like in the next 2 months or something. Now the later part is future, but one thing I always say is that make it very flexible, make it accommodate whatever is happening in the future. So you cannot say because people are using AI now and probably there is another trend in the market and you're saying no, it is because it is only AI, we cannot go to the upcoming trends or something. So make it as flexible as possible, accommodate changes when necessary. Two, the second type of roadmap format is timeline based roadmap. This one is best for executives and planning. So if you have like timeline, you need to add timeline to everything. You are thinking of timeline based roadmap. So this one, it sets clear deadlines for major initiatives. So you are thinking of, oh, we need to do these projects, we need to launch xyz, like major initiatives. We are setting clear deadlines to these initiatives. Secondly, risk. You can feel too rigid for agile teams. The risk about this is that sometimes for agile teams that you are always like evolving, iterating, it might feel very rigid because this particular roadmap, it is just one way. You cannot modify it. They've had meetings done about this. Everybody has agreed to their own timelines. So you cannot just come and start saying, yo, we want to change because there is already a project in the pipeline. So that is something about this time based roadmap. Now the third one is goal oriented roadmap. This one is best for strategic alignment. So goal oriented roadmap. This one talks about outcomes. It focuses on outcomes, not just features. So we are thinking about gamification. We are looking at what is this gamification going to bring back to the organization. So it's looking at the outcomes, not just your feature. For example, for our fitness app, we might use a now, next, later roadmap. I feel like that's going to be the best format, where now we are thinking about personalized workout plans, next we are thinking about social challenges, later we are thinking about AI driven nutrition tracking. Do you understand? And if any trend changes and it's not AI, it can still accommodate, like you're able to like modify it to accommodate whatever changes is in the future. So the pro tip is that avoid overly detailed roadmaps that become outdated fast. So you don't want to create a roadmap that you now hear, do you think that this trend is still this particular trend is still in vogue? Then you have to start going and writing. So allow it to accommodate changes and it's not just thrown away because it's too rigid, right? Now, step number 4, communicating your roadmap, the secret sauce. How do you communicate your roadmap to your team members? So a roadmap is only useful if people understand and support it. Understand and support it. I know that communication is not a one-way thing. I've been learning a lot about communication, and I know that one thing that I picked is that communication is from the sender to the receiver, and the receiver needs to send a feedback back. Guess what? The person that sent it, the A person that sent it, is also going to send a feedback back to the receiver that, oh, this your comment, though, I've received it and it is acknowledged. Do you understand? So everyone, there is no distortion, there is no noise, no issues. Everyone understand this particular roadmap and they support it. You get everyone's yes on that document. So, for example, you need to tailor your message for different audiences. For your executive, you should focus on business impact like growth and revenue. When you create that document, you should not write that, oh, this is what is going to generate. You can use data like, oh, we noticed that XYZ company uses this and this is what it has done to this organization so far. So, you also want to like use that as the basis for your argument. So you want to like talk about growth and revenue. For your developers, you want to focus on technical feasibilities and feasibility and timelines. So you don't want to tell them that, oh, this project should only take 2 months, when really it's meant to take like 4 to 6 months. So you need to talk to your developers and get their own input. For customers, you need to focus on how it benefits them. You're not building this project for just yourself, you're building it for the customer. So you need to focus on how this particular feature, this particular solution is going to benefit your customers. So you can use visuals during your presentation, tools like product board, or even simple Google Slides. Make your roadmap clear and engaging. So it doesn't have to be too bulky. Just make it very clear and engaging. Now let's go to common roadmap mistakes to avoid. Number one, treating the roadmap as a fixed plan. It should evolve. Do you get? So you shouldn't make it very rigid. You have to make it very flexible, that you can always come back to make adjustments where necessary. Making it too feature focused. Focus on outcomes. You don't need to focus on the features where you are not writing epics, user stories or acceptance criteria. So just make sure that you focus on the outcome. Also avoid um not getting your stakeholder buy-in. You must ensure that you communicate clearly and you get your stakeholders buy-in. So ensure that it's not just okay. Ensure that they say yes to that product roadmap. That way we now understand that everybody is in alignment. We are not just building for for ourselves. So yeah, and that's how you create and communicate a killer product roadmap. So tell me, what's your biggest challenge with roadmap? Have you been given this task and you're asked to create a product roadmap and you don't even know where to start from? You can drop a comment below and we can discuss about it. Also, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe and share if you found this video helpful. Until we see next week, ensure you stay jiggy. Bye.